Well, I decided to get some fuel nozzles. I'm going to go ahead and change the injectors in it, or fuel nozzle, Cat calls them. They ain't very expensive. Got the valve cover off. It's fairly nasty. Of course, it's an old pre-chamber engine. There's the fuel line that comes out the side of the head and goes down to the pre-cup. And it's got a little bitty fuel nozzle in there. To be honest with you, it's about the size of a 9mm bullet. A little bitty dude. I figured it'd be bigger than that. But, special socket. There's one of them. Fits the fuel lines. The other one is down there on the ratchet. I'll see if I can get down without falling. But I'm going to tell you, that doggone little socket right there is a 3/4 socket. Half of it's missing. I probably could have built it. 1/2-inch drive on one end, 3/4 on the other. That doggone socket from Caterpillar is $81 friggin'. But I had to have it. Can't work on them fuel lines without it. Oh boy. If I get out without getting hurt there. Here's the other one right here. Sorry for the lighting. It's kind of funny looking. There's the other one from Caterpillar. Same freaking price, $80. Can't get the nut fuel nozzle out without it. And here's some parts down in here. Let's see. That's the bag full of socket. Here it is, right here. Here's a fuel nozzle or a little injector. Correct term is fuel nozzle. There it is, right there. Little bitty dude. It's probably a bit bigger than a 9mm bullet. The screws down on the end of it there. Got some O-rings that goes in it. Oh, I proceeded today to tear into it and put a set of fuel nozzles in it. Boy, sure wish this was a Cummins. It would be a lot easier to work on. You ain't got to worry about fuel pumps and nozzles and all. It just got one high pressure pump on Cummins feeding 6 injectors. It's rocker arm actuated. I'm on Facebook Live, son. But I told y'all here the other day I'd show y'all. See, there's a block off plate. Back of the pump block though. And there was a big valve sticking out the back of it back there. It ain't there no more. It's gone. See if I can find a fuel screw. Here's a fuel screw. I told y'all I'd show you. There's a fuel screw. All the way out of the pump. There's a fuel screw. Air fuel control valve. It's gone. It's right there. But anyway, the old pump's hot as it can get. I'll probably fix and put that fuel screw back in it here in a little bit. Kind of tame her down just a little bit. Pyrometer up there, come find out it ain't even hooked up. I got to looking at it this morning, so I'm gonna tame the pump down a little bit. But I'll be back on live here in a little bit when I get ready to crank it up. Let y'all listen to it and see if it done a good job or not. Be back in a couple hours. Watch out.
Okay.
Drake's helping me today with putting the fuel nozzles in the truck. He said it's his truck. I give it to him. It's gonna be his. But anyway, I know the lighting sucks. Anyway, as I was saying, work. Take your fuel nozzle and you screw it on the valve body, like so. Just finger tight it. Per cat instructions. Install nozzle on valve body, which is, I don't know what happened. Froze up. Drake was in the way. I told him to get down. But anyway, pretty simple. Cat says just finger tight that on that valve body, just like so. Come up here on top of the head. Got oil everywhere. Degrease this thing when I get it back together. According to Cat, drop this nozzle down in this hole, like so, and it slips down in there, just like that right there. Then jerk your line. Nozzle sits down in there. That wire, if anybody's wondering, that's for the glow plugs in the pre-chamber. It's got glow plugs. Anyway, just down and hold it. I get right there. Now, I think there's an O-ring on this, but it may be taper seated. I ain't for sure. Get down, Drake. Let me get the instructions.
I'll get it, Daddy.
Let's see. Pre-chamber, install a nut that holds the chamber. Okay. Yeah, ain't nothing to it. Tighten the nut to 55 plus or minus foot-pounds.
I'm getting you focused.
It's taper seated. Oh, make sure it's good and clean. Okay. I know y'all gonna be in a weird angle. Y'all just going to bear with me just a minute. Start that down on there. Nut goes down in there. As I get right there. And the only reason why I'm showing y'all this because on YouTube, now I'm not starting a YouTube channel. I don't have time for that. YouTube has nothing on 3406A pre-chamber engines. I'm learning all this from David Watson and Caterpillar House, freaking cat houses. Hey, mechanics over there, the guy I bought parts from yesterday, he said, man, I asked him if I could work on fuel pumps. Yeah, I know, it needs an oil change, that's next on the list, but asked the guy yesterday at Cat House, and I went over and got the parts. I said, man, y'all work on fuel pumps over here? He said, no, we send them off, I haven't worked on them. He said, our old machine, it done kicked the bucket over at the Cat House. And he said, honestly, we don't even have nobody to even work on them old pumps anymore. Much less, we probably don't even have people out there even know how to even start one of them. He said, so what I've done is, every time you buy parts, I'll print off for you the instructions how to do it. I'm going to be honest with you, I can't afford $140-something an hour to take this truck anywhere and have it worked on. So, I got to do everything I can myself. Now, when it comes to air conditioner work, it's got to go somewhere. I don't know nothing about air conditioner. And honestly, I'm not worried about air conditioner this year. As long as the heater works, that's all I care about. Roll the one that's down and roll with it. But anyway, I'll be back with y'all here in a little while. It's going to be 2 or 3 different videos here. Kind of skipping around a little bit, but I can't torque this down and hold the phone. I don't have enough room for my boy to get up here and hold it. But anyway, we're pecking along at this old A model. We're trying to make it right. Number 3, it's got a kind of a miss in it, so I decided going ahead and put a set of fuel nozzles in it and get it right. But I'll be back with y'all when I get that torqued down. Alright, well, I got the nozzle in. It was still overfueling on number 3. So I pulled number 3 plunger back out. Timed the rack first. Pulled the plunger out of it. Or the barrel assembly. However the correct term is barrel assembly. But it was advanced 1 tooth overfueling on number 3. So number 3 has a new nozzle and I retimed number 3. So here we go. Hit the button, Drake. Start it. Sounds pretty good now. Sounds better than what it did. A lot better than what it did. Put y'all in my pocket for a minute. Anyway, it's running. It's hotter than a doggone devil too, Jack. Mist is gone. Just hazing just a little bit. It's going to haze because I see you watching, Spencer. There's a fuel screw out of the back of the pump. Fuel screw. Air fuel control ratio valve. Jump. There's the knock-off plate. Locked off. It's hotter than all get out. Look, Jack. Step closer. Turn the key off, Drake. One step closer. Now, I'm fixing to go to Oak Grove. Buddy of mine give me some elbows. I'm fixing to hook the stacks up. And I'm fixing to get under here and I'm fixing to start tracing all these doggone air leaks. I'm fixing to see if I can't get the air leaks fixed. And the big nightmare is all that wiring. It's all junked up, cut up. Oh boy.
Yep.
There's Drake. Say hello, Drake.
Hey, Jake.
I asked him if he wanted this truck here. He said, yeah, he wanted this one. So this here be his. All them light panels has got to go. I'm taking them light panels off. This is gonna be his baby when he gets old enough. But anyway, just want to show y'all. I can work on stuff, but I'm telling you, that pump right there, if you're wondering, yeah, that's electrical tape. I'm redneck. You got an injector line that won't quite seal. That is not the right injector line, by the way. I think that's a B model line. I'm gonna get the right line for it, but it was leaking fuel right there at the top of that nut. It wasn't leaking enough to make it miss, but it was leaking fuel. So what I had done, and what my buddy of mine, I say his name on here, David Watson, he was over here helping me work on it here a while back, couldn't get that line to seal. We have tried everything we could do, tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up. Well, the nut is actually shorter than these right here. That nut is shorter by, oh, about that much. Anywho, put some electrical tape on there. Make sure you don't get it over that tapered end of that line. Put some electrical tape around it. Torque it down to cat spec. Okay, cat spec is 30 pounds plus or minus 5. I torqued it down to 35 on the high side, 35 foot-pounds. If you don't believe me, I didn't torque it down. Let me find my torque wrench here. I'll show you. Here it is, right here. Right there. With the cat injector line socket. Okay. Okay. I torqued it. Okay. I didn't go redneck way. Okay. I'm trying to make this thing correct. I'm trying to make it right. I ain't trying to cut corners or nothing like that, because that mess is very expensive. But here's the way you time the rack on an A model cat. See if I can find it. Here's a $1 socket I got to pick up. That's another one of them specialized sockets. Anybody wanting to know what the part number is for the socket to take the plungers out of a pump, a cat pump, A, B's, and C's, well, there's the part number from Caterpillar. You give cat that part number right there, and they get you that little special socket. 15/16 fits that in, and it's splined on that end. Okay, but here we go. All right, here's how you put the rack in mid-fuel on an A model. B models and C models are different, people. Okay. So from the factory, they come with this on the pump from factory. All right, I'm doing this on Facebook, but I'm not getting, like I said earlier, I'm not doing a YouTube channel and all that mess. I don't have time and I don't have the money. But anyway, from factory, focus. There we go. That's two pieces. As you can tell, there's a gasket in between there, okay? Some Yahoo flying down the road here at the house. Anyway, they bolt on the front of that pump. It's bolted. Like that right there from the factory, okay? Well, cat service manual on a B model pump. This is A. Totally different. Let me back up and show y'all here, okay? A model. Front of the engine, center of the engine, injector pump. B model, as most of y'all may know, is bolted up direct to the timing cover. Well, This A don't. It's actually got a drive line. Yes, I know it's oily. I've been running it without the cover to make sure the rack's free. But there's a drive line on it. Okay. So, on a B model, this pump built different. Take a plug out and a 3/8 drill bit. Go down in that plug. Push your rack forward. And when that drill bit falls down in that plug, the rack is in mid-fuel and you can work on your plungers. Okay. On this A model, cat instructions. Like I said a while ago, this is bolted on front of the pump. It's 2 pieces. Alright, there's a spacer. Right there's a spacer. Okay, right there. There's the other part. That piece is actually the piece you use to put the rack in mid-fuel. Now, if I find where I put that other piece at, I think it may be in the truck here. Let me see. Yep, here it is right here. Okay. So, this is what it looks like after you take the spacer off of it. Okay? Get you 2 shorter bolts. Put a bolt here, put it in front of that pump. Bolt it down tight. Okay? It ain't got to be just stupid tight, but it's got to be snug. Take your throttle lever, push it, give it fuel, and when it bumps, best thing to do, if you got a hand throttle, put that in there, okay, bolt it up, run the hand throttle wide open, and the rack's against the stop, okay. Cat says when it's against this stop right here, when the rack's against the stop, you're in mid-fuel, the rack is timed, mid-fuel, and you can take all your plungers out, do what you got to do, or fuel barrels, or whatever you want to say it, barrel assemblies, take them out, do whatever you need to do. So, learned that the hard way. That's the first video I done at nighttime while I was running rough. The rack wasn't timed. It was way out. So, it had a miss on number 3, and everybody I talked to says, well, more than likely you got a tip blowed off nozzle. So, I put a set of nozzles in it, and I'll show you the old nozzle if I can find it. It's around here somewhere. The nozzle is not blowed up, and the tip did not blow off of it. I probably spent a little extra money for nothing, but nonetheless, I went ahead and put nozzles in it anyway, just for doggone good sake, everything. So here we go. Fuel nozzle, that's the old one out of the truck. Usually what happens is, when you run a cat out of fuel and it sucks water, especially if it's hot, water will not atomize like diesel fuel, and you will actually blow the tip out of that fuel nozzle. That's the old nozzle. It's got a screen in it. Screen's clean. Got a cool piece of trash. I thought maybe the nozzle was bad and it's whole, but the nozzles ain't bad. I'll keep it for a spare along the way. But I want to kind of show y'all what I've been doing today and everything. Waiting on fertilize call. And oh yeah, that's the line that goes to the airflow ratio, the air fuel ratio valve, excuse me. I gotta pull it off and put a pipe plug in there and plug that off. But I can't get none today. Today's Saturday. So, and I ain't running in the dust, so it ain't like, hey y'all, oh, it's gonna suck out dust, woo, 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 woo. This truck ain't gonna be running until first next year. Fingers crossed. But anyway, that's what I've been doing today. I'm gonna kind of bring y'all along on a little adventure and everything. If they start putting stuff back together, you gotta put the air intakes and everything on it, and get out of here. Let's go town here a little bit, get some elbows for these stacks, get these things hooked up. Yeah, I know, steps broke. Yeah, I know, I'm getting some built, trust me. Get these stacks hooked up. Yeah, they're ugly and dirty, but they serve a purpose. So, and I hope the inside's dirty. It wasn't this dirty, but this carpet's got to go. I got some loose lay vinyl floor to go in. I'm gonna take all that mess out, swap it out like I said in the earlier video. But for y'all that don't believe that I got the fuel screws out of it, here it is right there. That's fuel screw. Air fuel control ratio valve right there. That's what makes it. This makes it go fast. Alright. What that does, if anybody don't know, of course I got a other fuel plate out of another A model pump somewhere around here, but anyway, that screw limits the travel of the fuel rack. This is how much fuel to give. All right, this way, fuel shut off. This way, vroom vroom, goes fast. Tickets, yada yada, etc. Okay. So the more you turn this in this way, the less fuel you have. The less fuel the truck's gonna put through the nozzles, the slower it goes. The more you turn it this way, more fuel, more power, more smoke out of that. Vroom vroom. Hot, hot. Priometer, water temp gauge. That's a must. Keep your foot out of that pedal. Okay. So, anyway. Y'all asking, I want to put somebody in this truck? Absolutely not. Ain't nobody driving this truck right here but me. I've got comments already. Well, you going to burn it up. You going to burn it up. Don't drive it like you drive that blue one. Y'all, I'm here to tell you right now.
He won't.
That blue truck I drive, that two-tone 389, I'm going to tell you right now, well, I'm kind of going on a little rampage here. I do not drive that truck hard. Everybody says, oh, you drive that truck hard. I do not drive that truck hard. Okay? That truck is just that friggin' loud. I'm sorry that yours don't sound like that, okay? If you want it loud, spend the money, do what you do, but when we got it back from getting it worked on, it's the way it come back. If it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I mean, I don't drive that truck hard. I don't keep my foot in it. It's just loud, okay? So, if you don't like it, tough titty. It's going to be that way. But as this one right here, yes, I have that power, okay? It is somewhere, right there, okay? But this truck right here does not have mufflers, okay? It's 16 straights. It ain't going to be nearby as loud as that blue truck, but it's going to sound good. So, anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you watch it, good. If you don't, hey, I don't care either way. I just figured somebody would kind of find that information a little bit helpful. Maybe one day somebody else may have one of these old engines that won't keep it alive. That's a 1977 model engine. 86 model truck. So, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, see if I can find the VIN tag on the dash here. Don't say, but there's a VIN tag. Okay, 359, excuse me. So, anyway, y'all have a good day.